and welcome back to Just Giulia. Today I'm making a pasta featuring super greens and crispy mushrooms, all local produce that I picked up from the Vancouver Farmers Market. They have so much great produce. So let's get started on our pasta. But before we do that, please subscribe down below if you want to see some more tasty recipes. So to get started, we have two greens here. We're using a dino kale and then a red chard. You could also use rainbow chard. We have some beautiful local mushrooms. We have some handmade semolina spaghetti, some beautiful local leeks. We're going to be using some shaved parmesan today, 1 shallot, and about 2 tablespoons of butter. So this pasta is super easy and quick to make. The thing that takes the longest is cooking the spaghetti. So we're going to start with putting that in a pot of boiling water. Perfect. That's going to take anywhere between 18 to 20 minutes because that semolina makes it pretty tough. So to get started on our sauce, we're going to start with 1 shallot. I'm just going to take the top and bottom off and peel the skin off. You can also use onions. I prefer using shallots because they're really sweet and in season right now. And they provide that beautiful little bit of savoriness. And shallots also go really well with the leeks. This is going to be our flavor base for the sauce. And then we're going to use about half of this leek. So I'm just going to take the end off here. And we're going to use about that much, and we'll save this for later. The shallot is making my eyes water. Okay, we're going to in half again, and then some nice thin slices of the leek. Okay, we're going to transfer these to a plate just to make some room to cut our kale and our chard. And like I said, because this is a really quick pasta sauce, we're going to want to cut everything up into bite-sized pieces. So I'm just going to cut the stalks off of this dino kale, and then I'm going to arrange the leaves just like so, one on top of another. And then we're gonna roll it up, kind of like a little burrito. And then I'm just gonna run my knife through to get nice, thin, julienne slices. So when this gets sauteed, it's gonna get nice and wilted, but it won't get soggy. It'll retain its nice kale crunch. And we're gonna do the exact same with the chard. If you have a juicer, it's great to keep all these stalks and make a juice out of it later. Or you could save it for a veg stock. If you can't find kale or chard, you could definitely substitute with spinach or whatever leafy green is in season. Okay, so that's looking really good too. We're gonna add those two together. And now for our crispy mushrooms. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook these mushrooms separately from our leeks and shallots and kale and chard. And I just want to crisp them up. So I want to make them really thin slices. Okay, so to make our crispy mushrooms, we're going to start with a preheated saute pan, which I'm going to add some olive oil to. This is also going to be the pan that we saute the leeks and the chard and everything in, but we want to saute the mushrooms separately so that they retain all of their crispiness. So I'm just going to put in each slice. Once the mushrooms are in, we're going to season with some coarse salt and some pepper. So these are going to brown up quite quickly. We want to make sure we're standing by to give them a turn. Okay, so the mushrooms are nice and crispy. They've been cooking for about 2 minutes aside. Now the mushrooms are out. I've put a little bit more olive oil in there, and we're going to add in all of our chard, our kale, our leek, and our shallot. Again, we're going to season. And while that's going, we're going to check on our spaghetti. So as you can see, it's really expanded in the water. And I'm going to taste this for doneness. It's going to be hot. That's perfect al dente. I'm going to turn this off and strain it. Keep it warm so we can toss it with all that kale and chard. Okay, so all of those greens are nicely sauteed. It smells so good. We're going to take our boiled pasta and toss it with the greens while everything is still warm. I'm going to add that butter and I'm going to add some parmesan. And you really want to do this while everything is still nice and hot. This is looking super good. There's only one final step, and that's to add these crispy mushrooms. Ooh, that looks really good. The cheese is nice and melted. That butter has made a nice sheen on all those veggies. I'm gonna take some few crispy mushrooms. Oh yeah. Doesn't that look so beautiful? And all made with really local and fresh ingredients found at your local farmer's market. I'm gonna dig into this, but before I do, if you've liked what you've seen, please subscribe down below. And as always guys, keep cooking.